G'day all, it's Colin from PCTLC and thanks for joining me. Today we are looking at Solus 3.9999, maybe another 9 in there, I'm not sure. We're going to take a look and see how this fares on this laptop. Now, I was very up in the air about which way I was going to go with this, and if you watch me on a regular basis, you will know that I have I took a few pictures here just in case they weren't up to speed, or up to scratch. So that's probably the best one. Now I have nine distros installed in this laptop. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I'm not sure how this is going to go installing Solus on here. So we're going to give it our best shot. I do know that I probably cannot choose which boot partition I want to install it on, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to see how that goes. So let's get on with the install and see how we go. So English Australia for me. English Australia next. We'll try. I'm on the internet, so I'm connected, so we'll see if it finds automatically. West Australia, yep, that's English Australian, yep. So it's done that, yep. Be searching for my partitions. Now Solus seems to handle this very well because it seems to go through this very quickly, whereas Ubuntu based and a lot of other bases as well seems to take forever to get through that stage. Minimum probably 9 minutes. So what we're going to do here is you've got install a fresh copy alongside your existing operating system, replace your existing operating system, erase everything. But I'm going to assign mount points, that's what I'm going to do. And I need to figure out which one I want to put it on, which I didn't actually think about before I started the video. So sometimes it's hard to determine what we have on here when it comes to the names. No, I'll probably go SDA3 actually. Let's do that one. So I've got that installed. I think that's Ubuntu, and I've got that installed on another laptop. So if I click on that, if I click away, so when you click on this it doesn't do anything. You've got to click on the unassigned area and then choose what you want to do. That's my root partition, SDA3, and we shall go next. Now see, it's already chosen SDA2, but it won't let me select anything else. Now if we have a look at gparted for a minute, and let's just check that out just so I can explain what's going on here. So let's have a look at that before we go any further. Now every green box you see here with FAT32 is a boot partition of 512 megabytes. It's yes, obviously FAT32, and it has the flags for boot and ESP. Now they're all set up the same way, so realistically I should have a choice of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different partitions to choose from. But as you can see in the installer, it gives me a choice of nothing. It's just gone directly for the very first. Well, let's have a look at that. Is that the very first one? SDA2 is the very first one in the list. So Solus has automatically grabbed hold of the very first FAT32 boot ESP partition it can find, and it doesn't give me the choice of which one I want to use. So that should be okay. Now I don't know which one I'm installing over. I believe I may be actually installing over Ubuntu Budgie 18.10, but I think I've got a bit slack with my list and I'm not sure which one's on there now, but that's fine. We'll do it that way. So we'll close that. So it's a bit disappointing I've got no choice there. So I'll name this Solus Toshiba. Let's do it that way so I know which one it is. And we shall go next. Username, real name, password, okay, and we click on add now, and that's all done, and then we can go next. So it's telling me everything what's going on here, the language and the region. Installation is SDA3, the username and the system details, and bootloader is device SDA2. So let's do that. Now I hope that I have all the others to choose from, but from talking with Zeb today, maybe not, so we'll see how we go. Yes, I want to make changes, yep. Okay, so that is the install complete, and I shall save my video and then we'll have a look at what's going on the boot screen. So we'll take a couple of photos of that, and hopefully we got some other operating systems to choose from, but we'll see how we go. So here we are back in the desktop of Solus Gnome 3.9999. Now, nothing to take a photo of on a boot up screen and the the Grub screen, because there was nothing there. It just booted directly into Solus. So there was no choice of choosing any operating system whatsoever. So that is a little bit disappointing, but I'm sure once if I was to install over this install here with an Ubuntu base, sure enough I'd probably have my choice of operating systems back. Now, the behavior of all other operating systems in most cases is that under UEFI they all very much come up on the boot screen, the Grub boot screen, and they share everything here, but Solus is a completely different beast in that respect. So so it doesn't play nice with the others. I don't know whether there is a way of sorting that out. I'm certainly going to give it a try with the things that I know, but I don't think they'll work on here. So first of all, I don't know whether we have OS Prober in here. So if we were to install something on within the terminal, it would be sudo eopkg install and the name of the program that you're installing, OS Prober, password, so it's installed OS Prober. So sudo OS Prober, alright, so it's found all of those. Well, actually that's not all of them anyway, I don't think. Oh yes it is, that's all of them. So now whether I don't know whether it would update Grub or not, I don't know. I don't know if this works the same way as all the others. Update -grub. Yeah, no command found. So the only other way of sorting that out is to go to the Software Center and possibly install Grub Customizer. So let's go for a search. Enter. Oh, I didn't spell it right, did I? So there's no Grub Customizer, and let's just try that without that. Try again. Okay, Grub Customizer, there. Oh, it's dash customizer, so I didn't find it without the dash. Let's install that. Okay. Grub Customizer. So that's a little bit different to what I'm used to, this thing here, partition. Okay, let's just apply that, okay. Continue and risk data loss because I've got nothing to lose anyway. So I don't seem to be getting anywhere with that thing there. I don't know if it's working or not. We may have to kill that and try again. Well, I've killed the process and it doesn't want to do anything, so I may need to reboot. Okay, so I've rebooted and started again. So we'll check out Grub Customizer one more time. I don't know if this thing's going to work or not. It's got a slightly different, so I don't know what this is all about because never used to have this. Never been asked this question before. Environment setup, so I'm not sure whether I need to set the main start of the disk or what. So maybe if I choose one of these other ones, it may pick up on that. So that might be a good idea. Deep in is SDA8. Let's try that one. No FS tab found. Let's try 10. Same thing. Same thing. I'm not sure what this thing wants from me. Let's use the current then. So we'll leave all those as default and try again. So I don't know why it's giving me that error. So we might have to forget about the grub screen. Looks like that's going to be a lost cause. Let's just continue that again and see. We'll let that run and see how we go. I don't think it's going to do anything. Okay, so Solus OS, very nice looking Gnome desktop environment out of the box. You really, for me, I'm a bit of a themer guy, but I really wouldn't want to theme anything with this because, or theme this with anything else, because it's pretty much got a pretty nice theme out of the box. I'm pretty happy with that. Now let's just have a look at the settings, which would be the normal Gnome settings anyway. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, background. So all their previous backgrounds are kept in there. Yep. All right. Notifications, search, region and language, universal access, online accounts. Plenty of online accounts there. Privacy, sharing, sound, power, network, devices, all your settings for your devices there, and details. Solus 3.9999. So there you have it. Now, I think I said on the first part of my video before I rebooted was there was already, I'm not sure if I said it or not, it's over 500 megabytes of downloads or updates right from the word go after a fresh install. So they've made a lot of changes since they've done this 3.9999 snapshot. So already they're up to over 500 megabytes. So it's already a huge amount of updates. So they probably on their way to Solus 4, I would say. Now, just to have a look at the applications installed very quickly. I'll just run through them for you. You can have a quick look. Pause if you wish. So it comes with the tweak tool out of the box, which is handy. Good to see somebody put a tweak tool in out of the box for a Gnome desktop. So you've got extensions here as well. So there's quite a few extensions in here. Many extensions. So they've got the top icons plus in there. User themes, the shell theme. Yeah, I'd have to have a look through those. Dash to dock. So the dash to dock is what they're running already. Okay, that's nice. So they've already got that implemented right from the start. Yes, I normally use dash to panel. So dash to dock just keeps it looking very gnomish, but you can move it around, and you can probably also make that. Oh, what did I do there? No, I didn't want to do that. Dash to dock, you could probably put it in panel mode. Yep, there you go. And if you put it on the bottom, and there you go. So now it's starting to look a little bit like Budgie. Launches, behavior, appearance, and about. Okay. Change your fonts, keyboard and mouse, power, sound, startup applications, top bar, application menu, yep. Windows and workspaces. So if we go back to system monitor, we haven't been running too much stuff here, so resources, and we are running at 1.7 gig memory. So I'd probably have to check out what it is right after boot. I would say that the Grub customizer could be taking a fair bit of that. So if we shut that down, see, this thing doesn't want to shut down. And even if you end the process, it doesn't want to shut down. So yeah, not a lot of love for other operating systems with this one, I must say. No, it doesn't want to shut down. So Solus Software Center. You've got home, you've got updates, which is up to date. Installed applications, you can go through that if you need to. And if you wanted to uninstall something, you can, if it's an application that's uninstallable anyway. Search and settings. So they've got also third party. Now the third party on this, now I haven't tried this one yet, but before we do anything with third party, let's have a quick visit to the Solus website. Okay, so they haven't got their website on here. Let's do a search for Solus. .us.home, I think that's their new one, I think. Get Sol, that's the one, yeah. Okay, so if we go to the Help Center and we go to, I think it's software, I haven't done this for a while, I think software. And then we have a look at third party here. Now, what you see under this third party listing here is everything in the third party list here. Now, from my past experience, it was easier to install from this command, these two commands here, than what it would be to do it from the third party app. So first of all, I'm going to quit that. I'm going to try the third party in the Software Center because that's the one we're hoping is working better than what it used to. So let's install Google Chrome, see how we go. If this doesn't take long, then it means that they've sorted out all their third party in the Software Center. Okay, so that looks like it is complete. Let's have a look at Google Chrome, check for updates. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. So it looks to me like they've sorted out the problem there, because that's about as long as it would take me normally to install through the command line. Maybe a little bit quicker, but that was pretty good. So I'm fairly happy with that. Yep, Google Chrome's installed, so no problem there. Let's go to settings and use the system title bar and borders. There we go. Alright, so that was a pretty painless operation there through third party. So that seems to be working quite well. And if we just run through some of these applications here, you can pause that if you like. Ocean Audio, I don't know if anyone's used that before, but that is a little bit like Audacity, a bit more simpler. And that's pretty much it for third party. So if we go to home, we've got some category listings here. Desktop, all the different things you can do here. You can install i3 if you wish. Games, so you've got all the different game categories. Multimedia, video software, that's where I installed Simple Screen Recorder. You've got Handbrake, KDN Live, and so you've got quite a fair bit of choices of applications there. Audio software, graphics, general multimedia, not too much in there. Multimedia codecs, multimedia libraries. So as you can see, there's a few things in there. Office software. Now I think when you install LibreOffice in here, you need to install LibreOffice All. I think that installs the whole lot there, I'm pretty sure. LibreOffice Suite, yeah, I think so. Or you can install the individual ones if you wish. Text editors. So they've got a very, very nicely well laid out software center to install software and all sorts of applications with. So it's much improved since I last looked at it. You've got application notifications here in your calendar there, and also up in the top right corner here you've got if I want to log out I can go to there, or account settings. Got different sound controls here, brightness control there, microphone input control and headphone control. We've got right click, change background, display settings. Takes you directly to display within the settings manager, and settings itself. So if we have a quick look here at the file manager, I'm not sure whether we got open as root in here. I don't think so, because that would be normal not to. No. Okay. So when it comes to the file manager, if you wanted to, in Gnome, there is no right click and new text document or anything like that. So if you open up your text editor, and you can do the same thing with LibreOffice Writer, which is already installed anyway. Oh, LibreOffice is installed, isn't it? Yeah, LibreOffice is installed, yep. Okay, so what you can do is blank document, go to save and go into templates and give it a name. New text document. Save that in templates, and then when you go into your file manager, you can right click and new text document, and there you go. So you can do the same thing with LibreOffice as well. You just don't touch anything, just leave it as a blank file. File and save as. Save as a template. Oh, it's got it built in there. Oh yeah, we go back to home and then we choose templates. New spreadsheet, we could call it. Save that. New spreadsheet. And there we go. All you got to do is rename your spreadsheet and off you go. So I'm just interested to see whether how this template in here works. Save as template. Let's call it new spreadsheet 1. Save that. Save that. Let's see if that's saved in my templates. Yes, it did. Okay, so you can do it that way as well. Handy. So you got recent documents up here, which is something that's just reasonably new in files. And then you got your menu here. You can change the look. And then you got a menu here, which is probably also I think that would be an extension, I believe. That one there, I think. And you got your preferences there. And single click by default. Does not share Grub. It does not use Grub at all. Whereas so that you cannot dual boot with any other Linux distro. You probably can get to the Grub menu or the Grub file of another Linux distro and try and point to Solus. That's a possibility. That I'd probably have to do another install now that Solus is on there. So any sort of update for Grub is a waste of time. So I'm going to install Kdenlive on here. So I'm just going to do a search for Kdenlive, and I'm going to, as I normally do with any distro that I install, I always install Kdenlive and see how it functions for video editing. Although my video editing is very simple, but still it's video editing, so there is still a bit of complexity about it. So I shall do the editing of this video, and then I will probably install over the top of this Solus install. I'll probably need to go into gparted. And that's the reason why I used the first two disks for this video. Because I had a feeling it would probably go for the very first partition FAT32 that it could find. So I will probably more than likely install another Ubuntu based distro onto this partition here, but I may even actually install Solus Budgie and have a look at that, do a quick video about that one as well. But yeah, I would need to go into gparted. I would have to delete this and then reformat it, and reformat it into FAT32 again. Just delete the partition. Doesn't take it away. It'll still be SDA2. And then I'll just delete it, reformat it as FAT32, put the boot flags in, and that'll clean it up. So it's got no nothing left over from Solus Grub at all, from Solus Goofy Boot. It'll be totally clean, and then once I reinstall onto here where Solus is, with an Ubuntu base, then I should be able to have all my other distros up for selection on the Grub boot menu. So that's the plan. Maybe I'll install Solus Budgie first. But there's absolutely one thing for sure with Solus, is it's not worth dual booting. You could probably dual boot on install, and if I do a Budgie install, I will show you. You can choose to install alongside another distro. So you can do that. And if you had Windows in there, I have dual booted Solus with Windows, and you can probably dual boot with another Linux distro if you choose on the installer to choose alongside, to install alongside. That would probably work as well. But the normal functionality of each distro having their own boot partition just does not work with Solus. So that's Kdenlive installed. So I shall edit this video and upload it, and then probably after that you'll probably see a video in regards to Solus Budgie as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.